Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery. Got a product video we wanted to bring you today. This is a brand new product, a new fletching jig from Bohning. This is the Bohning multi-fletcher. Now we're going to give you a demonstration of how it works, but first we wanted to tell you about all the stuff that's going to come in the pack with it. For starters, you're going to get a stainless steel fletching jig. You're going to get the vane clamp attachment holder. I'll show you how that works in a second. And you're going to get 7 different vane clamps. Now these allow you to do offsets for your vane configurations. And starting here, we're going to have the black one is going to be a 3-degree right offset. The red is a 1-degree right offset. The gray one is going to give you a straight vane configuration. Then we're going to have orange, that's 1 degree left. The purple is 3 degrees left. And then these two, the blue and the green, these are both for feathers. I'll show you what the difference is in a second. But you're going to get 2 degrees right with the blue, 2 degrees left with the green. This right here is the receiver. It's got the nock receiver in here. And right now what I have mounted in is the disc that allows me to put 3 fletchings on my arrows. So each one of these clicks, you can hear, perfectly spaces out your fletching for a 3 fletching configuration. So you're also going to get the 4-fletch 90-degree disc and the 4-fletch 60 by 120 disc. It's a little flatter X than these. You're going to have 4 perfectly spaced fletchings around the shaft. This one's going to give you a little flatter X. You can see that there. Now also in here already mounted, I have the nock receiver for a standard arrow nock. But you're going to get a replacement here. This one you would swap out. This one will allow you to do crossbow bolts. So that's great as well. And then I have a different arrow holder in here. I have mounted for some of your standard diameter arrows. This gray one here is for more of your micro diameter, 166, 204. You're probably going to use this smaller one. So we'll show you how to swap out all those in a second. But to fletch, let's say I'm going to take the 3-degree right. I have my vane clamp holder here in place, and now I would take my 3-degree and it's just going to snap into place. You'll hear it. And now there's 2 sides to this clamp. You'll see one, this is where the vane is going to sit flush against the arrow, so I would mount it in that way. The other side is a deep channel, so you know which side to put in to the jig. I'm just going to take my arrow, slide it into the nock receiver, set the shaft into the shaft holder. Now, I've got these 2 tabs here. They're going to sit on the inside of this rail, like such. These 2 posts are going to sit on the base down here. And so when I fold it over into place, you're going to hear a snap. That's how I know that I am then set up against the arrow shaft on this side. I've already slid both of these into place so that my fletching jig is setting the vane directly on the arrow. Now if I had glued those into place, then when I pop this off, the fletching would stay in place and I could take this out, spin my shaft, load another vane in place, put on my glue, and keep going that way. All right, so as we mentioned, right now I have the dial set for a 3-vane configuration. So let's say we wanted to take one of the 4 vanes. I'm just going to take the Allen key that's included, take off this screw right here, pop that off. You'll see a spring there. Just take off the spring, pull this out. Incidentally, if I were going to change the nock receiver, how I would do that now is just push this through, take off that circle washer. Now I've got my crossbow nock receiver, slide that in, and then I could put the pieces back. But we're going to stick with the standard nock receiver. So that's in there. Now, I would take, let's take my 4-fletch 90 degree. I'm going to put that in. There's slots on one side you could see, and it's flat and smooth on the other. The slots go toward the jig, and you'll spin it around until it snaps into place. Take my spring, put it back on. Now I've got my end there, and there's one flat end here, and that matches a flat end inside this cup. So those are the parts I want to get lined up. Eventually they will snap into place. Okay, now that I've got in there, don't put that too snug because you still want it to be able to spin, and you can hear now 1, 2, 3, 4. The arrow holder here for the shaft, this just screws off. So if I wanted to, if I was working with small diameter X10s or something, I could just pop that off. Slide this one on. That's real simple. Again, get my depth up or down, wherever it's going to sit. You're going to do that when you're fletching. So that's real simple. So the last thing we wanted to show you is the difference between the feather mounts here. Obviously, you don't want to slide a feather in, otherwise each of the individual quills will just separate. So for the feather mounts, you can separate it here. Now I can take my feather, slide it in, and then push it down there, and then just mount it into, mount it in that way. So real simple, just a protection again for your feathers so that you can fletch with them easily. All right, so that is the multi-fletcher from Bohning. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.